Well, hello, everybody. How's everyone doing on this Sunday evening? Coming to a conclusion of the San Francisco 49ers Dallas Cowboys game. The winner will face the Philadelphia Eagles. Giants got trounced. I really thought the Giants were going to play well yesterday. I was pulling for them. But that's not what this chat is about. It's about you, the FOC, friends of the channel, friends of the community. What's going on with everybody? How goes your projects? How go your game plays? Tell us what's going on. Arnold Hunter, how you doing? Hope all is well. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Hunter. How goes your gameplay? As my camera's doing the pulsating thing, it's going ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. And I think this ball game is over. San Francisco just picked up a huge first down. They will run out the clock. So it's going to be the 49ers and the Eagles in the NFC Championship game. In the AFC, sorry to your Bills fans, but Cincinnati came into your house and spanked you. And they're going to go to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. So that is the NFC and AFC Championship games, which will come up next Sunday. How are you guys enjoying the playoffs? Games have been probably the two Jacksonville Jaguar games have been the best. The one they came back and won, and then when they lost to the Chiefs, those were probably the two. This game wasn't too bad, but it's pretty much all over. Dallas will start using their timeouts. They'll use their second one here. They'll need a miracle, a turnover. Things to know if you're in the FOC. If you like replay baseball, replay PC baseball, they had about 4 or 5 seasons on sale. The seasons are 1959, 1960, 1961, 1962. And then I think it's 77, 78, 79, and 80. They're all on sale for PC Replay Baseball. Jim L., hope all is well. How you doing? Good to see you. Our good friend Tim, Cleve Baseball Fan 879. As he says, never poor timing, my friend. So over on Cleve Baseball Fan 879's channel, he is premiering his newest McCormick video, and that is his pitching replay. Tim McCormick, San Francisco Giants. Good stuff. Card and dice. Stratomatic. I think it's advanced. But card and dice. Good stuff by our good friend Tim. Once again, check out that wonderful channel. You can see it here. Cleve Baseball Fan 879. We're going to go for about an hour, hour and a half maybe. And then I'm going to get a little gameplay in before I hit the hay. A little water here. So I picked up a few more seasons for PC Replay Baseball, completing out my collection, I guess. We all like to accumulate seasons. 59. I had 60. We're playing their 60 season. I throw an occasional game up on the channel. You got to believe Red Sox, right? It was a lot of fun. We did that yesterday for our good friend Bernard Strom. And well wishes, prayers, thoughts go out to Bernard. He's recovering quite well, I believe, from major back surgery. So hope it's getting better each and every day. He's in good spirits, as I've chatted with him a bit on Facebook. So I picked up 1959, 1961, 1962. Looking forward to play those. Trying to play seasons now. I don't do season replays, card and dice. I might try to tackle that someday. But that's not my thing. It's a lot of, God bless people who do that. It's a lot of stat keeping. And I know you can use like Digital Diamond Baseball to keep your stats. And that's cool if you want to do it. I've seen a lot of people do it. To me, that wouldn't be fun for me. If I'm playing, say, History Maker Baseball, I don't want to have the some sort of helper up. I don't want to. For me, it takes away the enjoyment of that game. For me. So I don't use that. It's a great thing to do, and maybe I'll use it someday. But also big news, I guess people know it. I didn't know it, even though I get all the emails from Strat. 1976 card and dice is going to be, I believe, our good friend Tony Porter, CND TV. Check out that channel. Reports, and I saw someone posted the information. 1976 Stratomatic Advanced, Super Advanced, Basic. It's going to be reissued card and dice. I will be purchasing that, I do believe. I'm very excited about that. No longer do I have to go online and look at people trying to sell that set for $200, $250. Are you out of your freaking mind, people? So that's going to be at the normal Strat price from Stratomatic, and I believe that goes on sale to be purchased February 22nd, I think. But again, I'm a little disappointed with Stratomatic because I get all the emails. It never said anything. I guess it was one of their posting on one of their sites. You want to make sales, right? Tell people it's coming out. Only a gazillion people have been waiting for 1976. Here's my suggestion to companies. If you have a sale or something happening, and Strat does send out emails, tell people and they'll buy it. Arnold Hunter says, I've been playing a lot of Glory Days boxing with the quick play chart. I've downloaded. I haven't used it yet. I like playing the long version, but I will check out the quick play chart. Anthony's done a lot of good work with that. The beta testers, hats off to you guys. How are you liking the new quick play chart for Glory Days boxing, which is a fabulous card and dice simulation of the boxing, the sport of boxing. Marcus of Queensberry rules. It flows beautifully and can be purchased at sidelinestrategies.com. PDF is like getting it for free, for God's sakes. And if you get the printed version, expenses have gone up slightly, I would think, with every printed version. I don't know with that, but it's just a fabulous game. It really just flows, Glory Days boxing. David Zielinski, how you doing? So the Cowboys have gotten the ball back with 38 seconds from the end zone. They throw. They're going to pick up about 9 yards. They're down 7. Maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe there's a Hail Mary miracle with a push-off like they did against the Vikings in 1975, I believe, that sent them to the NFC Championship game. Is there a miracle in Dak Prescott's arm? JD, how you doing? As he stops by to say hello. Thank you very much. Check out that wonderful channel for all your PS action gaming needs. Prescott throws, first down, out of bounds. You know what? They're going to nickel and dime it to about the 50. Then he's going to chuck one up. W. Vogs, how you doing? How you doing, W. Vogs? Dave Gardner says, no miracle. No miracle. I said, no assault. No assault. Prescott throws. Ooh. Nope. Sidelines. W. Vogs 18. My dad was at the Vikings push-off game. Oh, yeah. You can go back and look. It definitely was offensive pass interference, but they didn't call it, so. Dave Gardner. Just Al Red Sox fan kickers missing extra points. Absolutely. I could have done that for your sad story, but I chose to do the 1962 New York Mets pitching staff. That's a sad story. So, check out Dave Gardner's wonderful channel. And, of course, Digital Dice with Ron Juckett on Spreaker or wherever fine podcasts can be listened to. Prescott looking. He's going to throw from about his 20. They get out. They're going to start. They are at their 40, I think. 5 seconds. They're going to chuck it up. Let's see what happens here. I got the game to the left of me. Danhausen behind me. So they're about at their 39. Do you toss it up or do you do a hitch and lateral? Like you catch it and you pitch to the guy and you hope the guy, you catch him off. Let's see. Schultz might not have caught this. 1 foot down. He's out of bounds. Back up the bus, Gus. Don't need to discuss much. Just drop off the key, Lee. Set yourself free. Uncle Dave Gardner is correct. Incomplete. John Lynch signaling incomplete. Yeah, he's out by a mile. He's out. So Arnold Hunter, and again, if you have Glory Days Boxing, the new quick play chart redeveloped by Anthony Crooks, our good friend Bleacher Bums Gaming, who is the developer and creator of Glory Days Boxing, which again can be purchased at sidelinestrategies.com, as well as Payoff Pitch and many other fine games. It's perfect. It's free. The new quick play chart is free and can be downloaded from the Facebook group page and probably from the Sideline Strategies site under free, under things you can download for Glory Days Boxing. He's definitely out of bounds. I don't know why they're taking 4,000 years for that. What are your thoughts on the playoffs so far? Again, I think the two Jaguar games were pretty good. The one that they came back and the one, if the guy doesn't fumble struggling inside the 5, they have first and goal. They're probably at least getting a field goal there and they might punch it in. It's a whole different story at the end of that game. So JT 2.0. He says, hello, sports fans. How are you doing, JT? I am incomplete. They have ruled incomplete. I'm really enjoying History Maker Baseball. We're going to have some more of that on the channel. We're going to get back to our Let's Play Tennis, King of the Hill, with Jimmy Connors. His next opponent is Boris Becker. And, of course, we'll have we're closing out our 1970 New York Giants and Patriots alternate replay. God, the Patriots sucked in 70. We put up one Giants game on the channel, but when the Giants, I think we've clinched our division, even though we tied with Buffalo our last game offline. What a game. We had a rally. We were 10 points down. I'm like, I'm not losing to the Buffalo Bills. I am not losing to the Buffalo Bills. Fran Tarkenton had a hell of a game there. We had a couple of turnovers in the red zone that proved costly. And we're still in line to get the number 1 seed, but the playoff games will be on the channel for 1970 using Pro Strategy Football 2023. If you're late to the bus for Pro Strategy Football 2023, pick it up now. You can play the Super Bowl before it even happens. Just download the new season, which you could have done at the beginning of the season, and play right through. Create all seasons created for Pro Strategy Football 2023. Man, you're going to have to dig in your pockets deep. D. Scott Howard, how much are those seasons for Pro Strategy Football? Sports Time Machine is here. Our good friend, Mr. Utah Mike. Check out his wonderful channel. He's been doing a lot of wrestling and redoing the 1983 WWF schedule. It's been a lot of fun. Quick thing to you, Mike. I don't know if you can turn down the sound for the dice rolling in that game. I can't remember because it's wicked loud and it drowns out, because I listen when I'm doing stuff, and it drowns out your excellent commentary. Just an FYI. Or as we say at work, FART. It's a fart. Speaking of farts, let's get back to Uncle Dave Gardner. He had a hellacious fart early Sunday morning. I know, I was up playing. I saw the post on Facebook, and it's quite ironic that I was farting at the same time. It's amazing. Football game's over. We can shut this crap off now. So it's going to be the 49ers going to Philadelphia and Cincinnati going to Kansas City. Hopefully they're better games than these. I mean, this game really did not intrigue me. D. Scott Howard says those seasons are absolutely free, and you are correct.
Oh, you have it on?
Yeah, I had it on.
Okay.
Nurse Teresa says hello to one and all.
Hello. Happy Sunday, everyone.
Happy Sunday to everyone. She wishes happy Sunday to one and all. I'm now going to shut this off. So hats off to them. That's their third quarterback they used this year. That Purdy kid looks pretty damn good. And once again, Pro Strategy Football seasons for 2023 are absolutely free. Our D. Scott Howard hits it out of the ballpark. Jim L. says, I paid $500 for an original 1976 Strat baseball set, LOL. God bless you, my friend. God bless you. I will be buying the new set. And again, I think it's February 22nd or February 2nd. I think it's the 22nd. But I didn't know anything about this. What tipped me off was I get an email and they said, oh, the ratings have come out for the 1976 season. I'm like, why do they have ratings for the 1976 season? It's not available for sale. Then I immediately went to Strat. I immediately went to seasons you can purchase. It's not for sale. So again, our wonderful community, and there's many Facebook group pages pertaining to our wonderful sports sim community. I put out the question, does anyone know if it's actually coming out? And Tony Porter told me, C&D TV. I greatly appreciate that because it's a season I would like to have. It's probably the last thing I will buy from Strat, but I want it. And I want to play some of the Mark Fidrich stuff. I'm going to roll the dice. And yes, I have it on PC. I get it on a couple of different games, but I want the card and dice. And it seems we will be able to get the card and dice for 1976. Sean, 113 Network, 49ers win, play Eagles in the NFC Championship game. You are correct. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Dwayne Martz, check out that wonderful YouTube channel, as it literally says, Dwayne Martz YouTube Network. Lots of play games on Dwayne Martz's channel. Red, White, and Blue Racing. Bowling. He also has Glory Days Boxing and much, much more. Dwayne Martz, as he says hello to everyone. Robert Bryant is here, who says hello to everyone. Legend Sports Universe. We're going to have Legend Sports Universe on, hopefully this coming week, if we can work out the time. Busy weekend schedule for myself. But hopefully we can do it maybe on a Friday. He says, good evening, Al and FOCs. Check out his wonderful channel, Legend Sports Universe. He does a lot of fun stuff with creating, I'm going to say fantasy leagues, but that's not the right. They're like fantasy leagues where he does all-time drafts from players from different years, putting them on fictional teams. It's a lot of fun. Check it out. John DFW, great to see the Niners beat the Cowboys. Not if you're a Cowboys fan, which I am not. Says, yeah, working nights makes me a pain, but we'll work it out. We will. Even if we have to do it, if it's the following week, maybe we'll do it on a Saturday afternoon, late afternoon. So you're welcome. You have good stuff. It's fun stuff. I like listening to it at work. Again, I try to listen to a lot of YouTube stuff when I'm able to. I don't really watch a lot. When I'm home, I will watch. Like if I'm playing a game, I'll have something on the TV. Sometimes, not all the time. I'll be playing my game on this screen right here. And then to the screen to my right, I'll have YouTube. Sometimes I have 2 YouTube streams going because I can pay attention. That I can multitask with. But Bruins win again. They've been hot. Celtics back on a roll. And Patriots undefeated in the playoffs. Awesome sauce. I've been telling people they will not lose a playoff game in this year of the playoffs. And don't bring up facts like they didn't make the playoffs. That's just bullshit. I'm right. They're not going to lose a playoff game. Red Sox, I looked at their projected starting lineup. In the words of the Cleveland Indians, when they were called the Indians in major leagues, who are these guys? Now, some of them I know. The starting pitching staff looks poor. Bullpen doesn't look bad. If we can somehow hang around in games, our bench looks god-awful, but that's like with most. I don't get why you only have 3 position players and 4,000 crappy pitchers. Do you really think one of those 4,000 crappy pitchers are going to help you? I mean, their bullpen looks okay. They picked up, Gents, what the hell's his name? The closer from the Dodgers. I just can't remember it. I just looked at it, too. So. As Legends Sports Universe says, yep, listening while I'm working now. Shh, we won't tell anybody. John, DFW. Al, what is your go-to PC baseball game? Do you still play Strat PC? Oh, yeah, I love all my games. Right now, I'm in that mode of playing replay PC baseball. It's really fun. And the aesthetics, the immersion of that game for me is fun. I have many strat seasons, but yeah, no, I like all my games. Each game, and I think Uncle Dave Gardner will say this, and maybe at least for me, and I'll speak slightly for him and even Uncle Ron Juckett, each game scratches a different itch for us. You know, History Maker Baseball, lots of nooks and crannies, enjoying it immensely. I'm enjoying it so much I haven't really touched Soccer Blast, which you have to invest the time in. This is my opinion with the play games, because it's totally different beast for me. Never played them, watched them a ton, and I finally pulled the trigger. But I've really put in the time. I've taken notes, and I'm enjoying History Maker Baseball. I try to figure out how to stream live with my cell phone. I didn't like the way it was set up. The feed was not good. We did a test stream. You know, I just was looking at it. The quality was coming in and out. So I'm going to try to figure out how to hardwire it instead. And if not, I'll try to just use my phone and go live. Or I did premiere one video with History Maker Baseball. Did very well. Got good views, good response. Because I do want to bring that to the channel more. Some more. We finished up our 1975 World Series. Holy cow, was that wild. Game 7. And again, my streams go long. People in the chat are helping me learn History Maker Baseball. I appreciated that. That was one of the wildest games I have ever rolled. It was so much fun. So Jansen, that's his name. Thank you very much. But yes, I still do like Strat PC. I'll tell you what I like about Strat PC. You buy a season, you get the season as played or as carded, which can be fun, or you can do whatever you want. I don't know if you know this, you get the All-Star games as played, and you get the World Series as played. That's pretty cool. So hats off to Strat with that. Dave Gardner says many itches. Yeah. It's just I play out of the ballpark for a certain reason. I play Action PC, baseball, or any other games. I haven't put any of these games on the channel, but I'm playing the 2021 football season, Patriots, Giants. They're both 8-6. I think I'm making the playoffs with both of them. And the Giants are really fun to play. They got the running quarterback. They can run the ball well. Playing it my way. So I'm overusing the run game. You do get punished for that a bit because they tire easier. But I'm not screening the living crap out of teams. I mean, because you put 3 wide out there, they're playing pass all the way. I'm dinking, I'm dunking, I'm running draws, traps. A lot of fun. We're 8-6. We should make the playoffs there. Once we make the playoffs there, we'll put some games on the channel. W. Vogs. I need to go to bed now dealing with... Oh, I hope you feel better, my friend. Feel better, W. Vogs. Thank you for stopping by. Sports Time Machine. Thank you, Ali. Didn't realize I can kill sound on the wrestling. Yeah, because you have such a great wrestling call. And I was listening, and I kept going, I can't really hear it. And I can't turn it up really loud because the dice are like, boom, you know? I don't know if you can turn the sound down or just shut it off. I think when I stream that game, and that's a good game, and Mike, put the name of the game in the chat, please, because I forget. I have that game. It's a fun game. And that's a really reasonably priced wrestling game. If you like a wrestling PC game. RJL Network, how you doing, my friend? I am not the king. I am part of the FOC. We're all kings. Those who produce content, those who watch our content, those who enjoy our content. And for even those who thumb down my content, hey, you watch for 3 seconds. So a little levity, folks. God forbid you have fun when you're streaming. People take this a little too serious. I do too, though, when I play my Red Sox. But that was so fun for Bernard Strom yesterday. We did a 1960 Red Sox game, and I'm like, tell me in the chat. You got to believe it was fun. I can't yell as loud as I could. It was the afternoon. No one was home. The poor dog was looking at me going, what are you doing? Are you insane? Yes. because this hobby makes me insane. It's so much fun. So that was a fun listen. Are you talking about yesterday's game? That was it. I had a lot of fun with that. P Jets here. How you doing? You can enter your own dice rolls. I really like that about the Strat Football. You can do that. Yeah, Uncle Ron Jucket's going to do a tutorial for me because you were doing that. And I listen. I don't really watch when I'm at work. But Ron, we were chatting on Facebook, and he's going to do a tutorial to me. I don't know I haven't played Strat PC. I'm sorry, I do play Strat PC Football. It's an enjoyable game, well done game. But I haven't played the card and dice version in years. So I'm not fundamentally sound with the nooks and crannies, as I like to say. So that could be a lot of fun. I can't even imagine playing so many different games, but like you say, everyone's looking for something different itches and such. Yeah, and you know what? If you just want to play one game, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Pro Wrestling Superstar. Excellent game. Very reasonably priced. If you have a certain price point, this will meet it. I'm telling you. God, I gotta say, thousands of wrestlers free. You just have to buy the game, and I want to say the game's like $12. Something like that. Sports Time Machine, our good friend Mike in the truck. How you doing? Hope all is well. Robert Bryan, I enjoy a baseball game called Be Big League Manager, which was available back in 1956 to about the 1980s, but not available anymore. So I would assume that's card and dice. Tell us a little bit about that. Very interesting. I always like to learn about games. Someone else's dog doesn't get it either. LOL. No, my dog doesn't. He's a beautiful animal, though. Murderer of many creatures. Oh my God. Bald eagle in our yard today. Poop you not. I'm going to put that photo on Facebook. Where's my phone? My phone's charging, or I go like this. The dog was outside barking. I'm like, I just told you not to bark. So he likes to climb up on the picnic table, and he's doing this weird kind of bark. So I go outside to take a look. I'm like, what are you barking at? And he gives me I'm like, I told you, if there's nothing to bark at, stop barking. And he's looking at me like, so I continue to look at him on the picnic table, kind of going. And then he goes, Woof. And I looked up and went, holy cow, bald eagle in the tree just outside our yard. I thought the hawk was big. This bald eagle, huge. I told Nurse Teresa, get the phone, grab the phone quick. I want to take some pictures. And we'll put that up on Facebook. But yeah, it was funny. He was looking at me like, duh. You got to love Captain Fantastic, Mr. Jax. Super Bowl tournament. Hey, Al. In final stages of the 2022 NFL season files for PSF. Oh, cool. So we'll do our normal. I think what Mike in the truck is saying is they're re-rating everything to the final stats so you can actually replay the season if you want. But again, if you had purchased Pro Strategy Football in the beginning, there's they've already rated the teams to the best of their ability, without knowing how the season goes. So I think what we're going to do for ha-has? We will at some point this week, if I hopefully have time, it's going to be a busy week. We're going to take Pro Strategy Football 2023. We're going to play the 2022 season with a click of the button, and we will see how well they did with the ratings. And no matter what, it's always fun. And we'll do that. But I think we'll also do, once their final ratings are out, which means they're re-rating, the first 2022 season, which again is free, that was like you judge what the ratings is. It's like Action PC does, or any game that puts out a season before it actually happened. This season that Mike and the truck's talking about, I believe, is when all the stats are in. They go back, and again, every season is what, D. Scott Howard? Free. Created by the wonderful mod community, as my camera pulsates. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. We'll probably do our Super Bowl playthrough once we know. We might even do some NFC Championship, AFC Championship games. But this weekend's gonna be tough. Lots of things I have to do. So I want to get a chat in. RJL Network, our good friend Robert, you made me a 1960 Red Sox believer. That was a lot of fun. I picked up a couple more wins. I picked up Billy Muffet, who's no longer sitting on a tuffet eating curds and wades. He's pitching for our beloved Red Sox. Of course, he got hit with a line drive in the first game he pitched, and I had to take him out. Finally get a second decent pitcher. New version is coming out in the near future of Pro Wrestling Superstar. Excellent. Look forward to it. That Red Sox 7-run inning. Oh, that was insane. History Maker Baseball. That was, again, the wildest game I have played in a long time. I've played some wild games in the football. That was unbelievable. That Red Sox Game 7 was a typical Red Sox before they broke the curse. You think they're going to win. It looks like they're going to win, and then just rip your heart right out. Lots of fun. As D. Scott Howard, he was there. He believes in the 1960 Red Sox. We're only 7 back. We're going to make a run. We're going to have some big series against the White Sox. We'll throw a couple of games of those. I think we'll have Mambo Ket pitching in one and Muffet pitching in another. That could be a make or break for us. Can we stay in contention till the All-Star break? Robbie Wartburg is here. He says, hello. How you doing, Robbie? Bald Eagle. Yep. I'm going to put the photo up on Facebook, on my Facebook group. My Facebook, whatever the hell it's called. I joined Facebook so I could talk to you people. Mine is convinced she'll catch a squirrel someday. It's like Charlie Brown and Lucy in the football. Absolutely. Jax barks at the squirrel in the tree. The squirrel taunts him, and he's looking at me. I'm going to get you, you son of a bitch, someday. He might. He might. Our good friend Mike in the Truck, Super Bowl Tournament. Check out his wonderful channel. If you have not, please go there, subscribe, check out the videos, like, do all that great stuff, as with Legend Sports Universe, as with all the rest of the content creators in our community, such as Sports Time Machine, Dave Gardner, Cleve Baseball Fan 879, and many, many others. So Super Bowl Tournament 2022 season and a patch now out for 2nd and 10 on their website. Excellent. So I'll be downloading that. We'll have a lot of fun with that. So we can play. Excellent. Thank you very much. So if you have 2nd and 10, go to their website. They have the 2022 season and patch, and that's free. Once you buy that game, this is incredible. Once you buy 2nd and 10, which is about $45, I don't remember exact. Every NFL season's free, including the new ones. And they give you some college seasons, but they feel bad that you might have to buy college seasons. So they give you every freaking college football team known to man for almost every freaking year free. And you can make up your own seasons. So that's another wonderful game, 2nd and 10. Very aesthetically pleasing also. No animation, but a lot of neat. You can download photos already. I don't know if they have that back up. But let's go to PJet now. Al, Red Sox fan. For the longest time, I assumed you were Al Wilson. I hear people. No, that's not me. Until you played History Maker and said it was your first play game. Absolutely. No, I'm not. Al Wilson does a wonderful job with what he does for the community and stuff. But as water just shot out. I'm not he. He is not me. I am me. He is he. Two different folks. No, I'm enjoying the play games. I'm enjoying it. We played BLM back in the 60s, came out of Minnesota. They also did Gameco games as a cheaper option. Was that the one with the disc? Is that what that game is? Was that the one with the disc? I've seen stuff. I always go, every once in a while, I go online looking for retro baseball games or football games. Jim L. Still loving Pro Strategy Football. Thanks to Al, 1984 USFL replay going. How's that going? How am I? 84. the Boston Breakers were in New Orleans, I think, or Portland. So, how's that going? D. Scott Howard, every season is what? Free for Pro Strategy Football. Bang. Again, D. Scott Howard hitting out of the ballpark. Legend Sports Universe. Wish you could make me a 62 Mets believer, but they are limits to what you can do. They had guys who could hit. They did. They have some guys who could hit. Their pitching is god-awful. And again, when I'm playing my replays, sometimes I do as played. I'm doing a Tony Canigliaro, and I wish I didn't do it as played and out of the ballpark, because I could have won a few more games for the Red Sox, but we're doing as played. I like to do as rostered, meaning on that day, whoever's on the roster, I can use the way I want. And if I wouldn't, I've done that for the 77 Red Sox and actually performed worse. We won 92 I think. So a few less than they actually. What did they win? Did they win? They finished 2 out. I won 90 games, I think, for the Red Sox in 77. Now we overachieved with the 77 Mets. We were 10 or 12 better than what they did. So I like to do the as rostered in my mind. So it's the transactions go through the way they go through, but I'm playing the game the way I want to play it. And in 1967, I did the same thing. Finally got that 67 team to win the World Series. I did. And we showed quite a few games down the stretch with that in the World Series we did. Cardinals in the National League won. Red Sox in the American League won. Tony Canigliaro, the one thing I did was avoid the injury. Unfortunately, he dove for a ball and got hurt anyway. Was out for the remainder of the season. I brought him back for the World Series. In 7 games, he hit 7 home runs and was the MVP. Tony C. Red Sox won. What was fun was I put a DH in both leagues. And the Red Sox ran away with the American League, which is the reverse, because I think the Cardinals won the National League in reality in 67 quite easily. They had to battle it out till the very end in my replay. But that's the fun of what we do. We do it the way we want. Legend Sports Universe, you got to believe. Absolutely. You got to believe. Go Mets. PJ, LOL, I'm trying to believe since 86. Tell me about... Dave Gardner wants to know about my long fart. Okay, so I'm playing a game last night, early this morning, drinking some coffee, drinking my water. And I had Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich. And I ripped... This is early morning. And it was funny because I just went on Facebook looking to see if people are posting projects, like to read about them. And Dave goes, I just ripped the biggest fart I've ever had. And I was like, oh my God, I just ripped a huge fart too. I think it gagged the dog in the next room. I don't know. But I had to get up and get some fresh air. You know what I'm saying? Robert Bryan, it did come out of Minnesota. So they're talking about an old school baseball sim. There's our friend Bernard Strom. How you doing? Are you feeling better? How's the back feeling after your surgery? Oh, so BLM, not a political analogy. It's a baseball game, folks. Uses a 1 to 100 spinner. So they had the spinner. Okay, cool. Thank you. Legend Sports Universe. Yep, Frank Thomas. You just Ooh, yes, Frank Thomas for the Mets just passed away. For a second, I thought the big hurt, but yeah, I did see that. He did pass away. That's Sal Bando passed away. That's sad news too. I don't know how to pronounce that. Nigamco. Jeez, that's the way you pronounce it. Duh. Nigamco had cards, but used, as Robert Bryan said, used a 1 to 100 spinner that led to many an online arguments. That's funny. BLM/Nigamco guys published a monthly newsletter that was great for trading games. That's wonderful. Feeling great. Awesome to hear, Bernard. As everyone's saying, well, Dave Gardner's saying nice. Again, that's awesome. Bernard says thanks. So Bernard's going to be back to playing his games. I know when I can't play my games, this is my relaxation. So, and there's our good friend Anthony Crooks, Bleacher Bums Gaming. Hey, Al in the chat, headed to bed, but wanted to stop by and say hi. Thank you very much. Quick Play Chart, the new version of it is out for Glory Days Boxing, absolutely free on the Facebook group site, Glory Days Sports. And I believe it's probably, I would think it's up on Sideline Strategies also under free stuff for Glory Days Boxing. Also, check out Glory Days College Football, a very fun game. You can play ultra fast or quick play, medium play where you do drive by drive until you get into the red zone, and then you can take over play calling. I like to play that game, play calling all the way through, but I think I'm going to try the hybrid where you do a drive, and if you get into a certain yardage or in the red zone, you take over the play calling. I think I might try that, but I do. That's a very fun game, very logical. So check both games out. Glory Days Boxing, my favorite card and dice game. I just love it. And I figured out a way to do it with a PDF. That's pretty cool. Even though I like to roll the dice, it's more aesthetically pleasing to people to watch. We did Billy Conn, Tony Galento, which was a lot of fun. I made a Billy Conn heavyweight card just with snippet and my own thought process on what I would think Billy Conn, knowing that how he fought. He fought a few heavyweights, and the only heavyweight to knock him out was Joe Louis, so I adjusted for that. And that was a wild, fun fight. Check that out on the channel if you want. We might be doing, since St. Patrick's Day is coming up, we might be doing an Irish heavyweight tournament with 8 fighters. I don't know. So I have some ideas with that and many, many others. Todd B is here. Todd B. Must ask, who is the scary-ass dude peering down the bookcase, LOL? That's Danhausen. I met him. Danhausen, AEW wrestler. Yes, I like watching AEW wrestling. It's the one show I watch consistently. I watch it on Wednesdays and I watch it on Thursdays, and we buy the pay-per-views because we enjoy them. And we try to figure out the storylines. Finally, they have figured out that you need to make Ruby Soho. I'm sorry, not Ruby Soho. Blondie chick from Australia and dark-haired chick from England, bad guys. Because the fans want to root for Dr. DMD Britt Baker and the AEW champ, who now escapes my mind, the English woman, who's a hell of a wrestler, who I like a lot. They want to root for them. So what do? Those two women wrestlers, fine wrestlers, have come from a different organization. They're the enemy. It's very simple. I don't get it. They've buried Warlow. Don't get that. I still like AEW. And I will remember the women's wrestler's name in a moment. I know I will. So, yeah, but that's Danhausen. He's always watching. Like in Monsters, Inc., when the woman Slug says, I'm always watching you, Wazowski. Always watching. As D. Scott Howard says, 8 p.m. bedtime for Anthony. Yeah, well, that's kind of early, isn't it, Anthony? Joe just put it up today. Thank you. Okay, so the quick play chart for Glory Days Boxing is up now on sidelinestrategies.com, and that would be under free stuff for Glory Days Boxing. Also, you can get Sideline Strategies on Sideline Strategies, Payoff Pitch, another fun baseball game. I've been playing a little bit offline. We'll want to bring that to the channel once I get the nooks and crannies down with that also. Bleacher Bums Gaming knows who that is. That's Danhausen, baby, and those are signed. Me and Nurse Teresa. I got the face, and he signed it, and Nurse Teresa got the doll signed. Mr. Utah Mike's Danhausen. You are correct. Anthony says 4 a.m. gym call is early, D. Scott. LOL. Do some push-ups for me. I'm actually going to start getting in shape once again. I'm going to have to keep up with young Wyatt once he starts running around. Bernard Strom, first week I didn't play in years. Today I played Title Bout 2013, which is a fine, wonderful, very reasonably priced, speak of the English, Al, PC boxing game, text-based with a little animation, thousands of fighters, and it's $13. Can't go wrong. He also played Strat Hockey, Stone Cold Hockey, PC Replay, Basketball. How'd that go? Give us a summary on that. King Twan Gaming. How you doing, my friend? Check out that channel. Out of the Ballpark King of the Hill tournament he's doing. Sports Timer, she thought that was a great decision. Are you talking about when they made the blondie chick from Australia, who I can't think of her name, and the dark-haired woman from England? Yeah, the crowd didn't want to root for them. The crowd wants to root for DMD, Britt Baker, and hits hard. Oh, my God. That's her catchphrase, hits hard. Oh, my God. I can't think of her name. But I like her. I've always liked that woman who has the AEW women's belt now. Just like I don't get it. The fans let the fans root who they want. That doesn't mean that the person has to be a good, like not cheat anymore. Let them cheat. Who cares? It's entertainment. But I do agree. If that's what you're talking about, that was a great decision. Toni Storm, that's her name. And she's a good wrestler. Toni Storm, Sierra, or something like that. Her partner. They beat the hell out of Willow, whatever her name is, who's a good wrestler. And then Ruby Soho came in. Jamie Hayter, thank you. Jamie Hayter hits hard. They want to root for them. Even though they do bad things, they want to root for them. Just like they want to root for Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, most of them. They want to root for Adam Cole. I don't think it's necessary to have the traditional, for everything, traditional good guy, bad guy. If anything has been taught to us, if you're doing booking wrestling, right? And again, we're a little wrestling talk. I know it's fake. I just enjoyed storylines and trying to figure them out and go, why would you do that when you should do this? I remember when they screwed up the Acclaim. I remember it. The Acclaim was going to beat Swerve in their glory, Keith Lee. They made a great move. They didn't get the 1-2-3 pin. The crowd booed. That's when and I'm sitting there. How do you not know that the Acclaim is over? How do you not know that? Come on, Tony Khan, who I like. Tell your writers. Do you not see the reaction of the fans? You buried Warlow. I don't know what the hell they're doing with him. You're building back up Darby Allin. I like Darby. He's in crazy matches. I like Ethan Page. Let him win a big match once in a while. He's very entertaining. Let him win. Let him go against MJF for the title. Let him beat MJF. I think you're making a big mistake the more I think about it to let MJF hold the title for a long period of time. He should lose it, win it back, lose it, do that. Because his shtick, he's great on the mic, but you can't be running away constantly from the person who's going to wrestle you. It's like Matt Cardona does that. I watch a little NWA once in a while. I think it was Matt Cardona. You're supposed to be a badass. Even if you cheat and you're kind of a weasel, poke the guy in the eyes, kick him in the nuts. Don't run away constantly. It's stupid. Mace him. Do something. Have someone hit him from behind. That shtick with MJF is going to wear... It's you know what he's going to do. Okay, here comes Daniel Bryan to confront him. What's he going to do? He's going to run away. Or he comes out to interrupt Daniel Bryan. What's he going to do? When Daniel Bryan comes out, he's going to run away. It's stupid. Tony Khan, I know you're not listening, but if anyone, like by chance, who knows Tony Khan or AEW writers, come on. It's stupid. You got a guy who works the mic great. Again, you can do the cowering thing like superstar Billy Graham, but Billy Graham didn't run and yes, they did, like, I quit, I'm leaving the ring kind of deal, but I don't know. The MJF thing, and I like him. He's good on the mic. His shtick's wearing. I think you're making a big mistake if you keep the belt on him a long time. I think you're making a mistake if you put the belt on Bryan Danielson. He's a good wrestler. It's just, I think you're making a mistake. You have someone, you had that natural rivalry in a weird way between Ethan Page and MJF. You had it there with the Firm. Why not have a match between them? You don't have to drop the title. You could have him go to a count out. There's so many cool things you could have done with that. And you go to Bryan Danielson. Been there, done that. Great wrestler. Listen, that's not exciting me about the pay-per-view. Will I get the pay-per-view? Most likely, because there's other matches that are exciting me. Why not MJF against Darby Allin? Why not MJF against Jungle Boy? Hook. That's exciting to me. A Warlow rematch in the cage. MJF, Bryan Danielson, that's boring because I know exactly how that's going to go in my mind. And I hope when they do that match, they will surprise me. Legends of Sports Universe. I can't believe how wrestling video games never get being able to develop storylines. That would be cool. I do my own story. That's why I like card and dice wrestling. You do your own storylines. That is awesome. You can do that with some of the text-based games, but not the video games. You should be able to develop storylines. That would totally... I totally run a classic wrestling league on my channel. Yeah, because what I'm doing... Jake Cruz, how you doing? Hope all is well. JT 2.0, Legend Sports Universe, I agree. They seem to focus more on arcade game button smashing instead of storyline sim game, which is how I think of wrestling. The wrestling is the vehicle for the story. Absolutely. Well said. Well said. King Tuan Gaming, 1938 Red Sox play next. Yes. Go double X, Jimmy Fox. Oh, I'll be checking that out, my friend. Thank you for telling me that. King Tuan Gaming. Awesome sauce. Legend Sports Universe to JT 2.0. Being able to do promos and such. I'm a writer by trade. I'd love to do that, but they either don't have it. This is good stuff here. They should listen to you guys. They either don't have it, or when they do, they make it so hard to do a ring interview, promos, etc. If Steve Austin didn't teach us that face heels are archaic, I don't know what else is needed. And again, it's good to have face and heels, don't get me wrong, but you could have had Ethan Page, who's a very likable guy. I watch his channel. I watch his streams. I met Danhausen. I was joking around with Danhausen when we met at the signings. He's like, Egon's a good guy. He's like, you miss out on opportunities. Like House of Black. I love House of Black. They're bad guys. Fans love them, want to root for them. They wrestle well. Fans like them. In reality, Malachi Black, is that his name? The leader, Malachi. I've watched his YouTube channel. I've watched highlights of him interacting with little kids. He's really seems like a really nice guy. You can still make him a badass, still make him cheat, still make him do, and they actually usually win their matches clean anyway. You had a whole opportunity. Again, an opportunity. What did Brody Lee's son, God rest his soul, is part of that certain group that I can't think of now, the Dark Order, right? And 10, Preston Vance left, betrayed the little boy. Okay. So you could have wrote a whole script if it was okay with the mother, where Preston Vance, the little boy, wants to confront Preston Vance and want to know why. Why did you do this? Why did you betray us? And Preston Vance could come in with his new group, and they could start sort of bullying this little boy, and then the lights go out. The lights go out. You could even have Danhausen come in the ring to try to help the little boy, hold off the best he can, right? Then the lights go off. And then booyah, it's the House of Black. They're in there because you just don't do that to a child. See how cool that would have been? Everyone likes the likable bad guy. Hello? Jesus Christ. Now they're doing the thing with Eddie Kingston and Ortiz. It's okay. I like Eddie Kingston. They don't use him right either. Also, Jay Briscoe, Warner Brothers, you suck. You suck, Warner Brothers, that you would not allow the Jay Briscoe tribute to go on your channel. When you go look at the people you employ. Go look at the stupid shows you have. And because Jay Briscoe tweeted something out, and yeah, he shouldn't have said the whole shotgun thing. I get that. He apologized a million times, and to a person who knew him in the wrestling industry or out, was a wonderful human being, excellent family man, religious. Even openly alternative lifestyle wrestlers said he was nothing but kind to them. Their family was nothing but kind to them. Warner Brothers, you suck. That's all I'll say about that. That's awful. You didn't let them put up the tribute. That sucked. All right. But yeah, there's so many fun ways you can go with the AEW stuff. I don't really watch WWE, so I can't comment on that. It's too clean for me. I don't mean about blood and stuff like that. The ring's too clean. Everything's cartoonish still to me. And if you like that, that's cool. And again, I understand wrestling's fake. I just enjoy AEW better. Bernard Strom, 2009-10 Celtics season replay, lost to Portland 84-77. And that was January 22nd, 2010. So Celtics failed to score in the last 4 minutes and 23 seconds. That'll do it. They are now 30-9 for the season. Jungle Hook, pretty darn good. Yes, I like that. I like that. See, sometimes they do the out-of-the-box thinking. I still think you could have done something with House of Black even better than what you're doing with them now. They came back and we're after everybody. I like that. But you had the opportunity, this little boy whose heart has been crushed. And if you've ever seen Malachi Black and the House of Black actually interact with kids, go back and watch a Danhausen interview that he did with him in the ring. Malachi Black saw this very young little boy starting to tear up because they were talking about his favorite wrestler. And they said, "Are you afraid? You shouldn't be afraid. Nothing's going to happen to you. We're not going to hurt you. But, your friend." And they got the kid to smile and laugh. And they stayed in character. Now, when Malachi Black is at signings, I've watched a few videos. He's so friendly. Again, you could have worked in where they're still badasses, mean, beat up people, but it could have been like a Clint Eastwood thing. Outlaw Josie Wales. Watch a Western once in a while. What the hell's wrestling but a Western? If you watch a Western, you should be able to write for wrestling. I'm being serious. Everybody likes the likable bad guy. You have or a Guy Ritchie gangster movie. You have your horrible bad guys who no one likes, and then you have the likable bad guys who are the guy who lives next door. Yes, he might be in organized crime, but he doesn't bother you. He just does his shtick. Hello. And again, that's just with the House of Black. You don't have to do that with everyone, but I just think sometimes they really miss out on storylines. I don't know, because I talked to Teresa when we watched, I don't get, this is what I would do. And I told Teresa that Tony Storm and Saraya, I think is her name, I told her they're going to flip them. And I said, that's brilliant. You flip them. And they beat up Willow. Oh, they beat her up bad. And I'm not a big Ruby Soho fan, but I like what they're doing with Willow and Ruby Soho, because you can have good matches between Tony Storm, Saraya, Ruby Soho, and Willow. Wrestling games can be fun. Again, I like card and dice wrestling because I can do my own storyline. I've been using Filchinger games. We'll put some of that back on the channel. I like the wrestling games and play whatever games you like. But wrestling's fun just because if you can do your storylines, it's just your writing. Some people get mad like, that's not a real sport. No shit, Sherlock. I know it's not a real sport. Don't say they're not athletic. I've watched these guys get hurt in the things they do. AEW, they seem to like they're toning down some of the high-flying nonsense that doesn't make sense. Yes, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega still do it. I wish they would tone that. It doesn't make sense. I still enjoy their matches, but no, I enjoy it. They have a little of everything, AEW. They come out, they do the comedic wrestling, a little bit of that with Danhausen. I really wish they would let him wrestle a little more. He actually can wrestle, and he's the biggest merch seller. Why not put the TV title on him or whatever the one that Darby Allin has? Let Darby drop it to somebody. Let Danhausen beat him. Hold it for 2 weeks. He loses it back. And then Darby Allin wins it back or something like that. Why is this so difficult for these guys to figure out? Legend Sports Universe. I did wrestling thing before I got my channel going last year. 2 organizations, 70s and 80s, another 90s and 2000s. Did video interview with video thing of Race and Flair for the title. It took forever to make. Keith W. Long Underdo. He says, hi, Al. Hello, Keith. Sports Time Machine. Al, when you get a chance, look at the pic I put up on my Facebook. You will cry. Is that with Briscoe? Is that he had a video with his daughter before they're practicing her cheerleading? Was it Time Warner? I might have said Warner Brothers. Is it Time Warner? Whoever owns TBS now, you suck. That you wouldn't let them put up the tribute. You suck because you're Hollywood people, right? Oh, you're all perfect, right? Yeah. That's all I'll say about that. To them, not you guys. I haven't watched wrestling regularly since the Attitude Era. My kids weren't into it for a bit. Attitude Era was pretty fun. I got back into it a little. Keith, I like your plan for a 1975 National League. What is that plan? Sports Time Machine says, thank you to King Twan for subscribing. Please reciprocate one and all. Subscribe to one another. It's very important to get our community continually flowing, continually growing, to know that we are actually, which we know, we're a vibrant community. We're a community that's growing. We're a community that's pretty much mostly positive, at least on YouTube. We have differences of opinion, and sometimes there's some debate, can get slightly heated. But again, treat people the way to be treated. It's okay to disagree and play the games you like. And let people play the games they like the way they want. JT 2.0 Legend Sports Universe. That would be cool to see. I think they're talking about wrestling games if you could do the promos. Yeah. Let's continue on. Oh, picture of the girls in the hospital. But yeah, because his 2 daughters were in the car. Very sad. Yeah. Legend Sports Universe is 1 sub away from 200. Come on, people. Go over and sub. Let's get him over 200. Come on. Come on. We can do it. Dave Gardner. I saw Fuji and Saito versus Rick Martel and Tony Gurria at the old Boston Garden. I think Martel and Gurria held the tag team titles. Fuji and Saito definitely did. Harvey Couch, how you doing? Says, hey, Al, enjoy the 75 World Series you did in History Maker Baseball. It was fun, Harvey. It was crazy. That Game 7 was nuts. And I love History Maker Baseball. I'm going to try to, it's funny because I'm going at a good clip in Game 7. I'm like, oh, this is good. I think I'm going to finish this in about an hour and a half. And again, speed doesn't mean anything. I'm just trying to understand the game. And then we have that wild inning where the Red Sox scored 7 runs due to 6 walks and a couple of hits. And it was just fun. And I do like History Maker Baseball. I think the next thing I'm going to do with History Maker Baseball, I have a homebrew. Someone did, not me. Someone did a homebrew 78 season. I did put up one Red Sox Yankee game, the first game they played in 78. So one thought process is to play the games, just Red Sox Yankee games, and see who the Yankees, they played 15 games, and the Yankees, before the 1-game playoff, they played 15 games, I'm pretty sure. Yankees beat them 8-7. I think that's what it was. So I might play those over and throw some of those games on the channel. I also have the Continental League, What If League. The cards are beautiful. I might put that on the channel. But again, I want to put something on, obviously, that I enjoy, and I want people to enjoy watching. There's also, I have the 75 season, comes with the game PDF. I have Yankees, Dodgers, a 40 season. Is it the 40s? 42, 45? I can't remember. Whatever. I think it could be 40s. But I have that. I could put that up. There's also some really fun home brews of a couple of past World Baseball Classics. I could put Team Italy up. So, but we're going to look for more projects to do with History Maker Baseball. I don't do full season replays. I just don't. Not for card and dice. So that would not happen. I like to do playoffs or tournaments, or just take two teams and play them against each other. Maybe we'll do a hypothetical 75 World Series. The A's versus, I think the Reds beat Pittsburgh in the pennant, right? In 75 for the National League Championship. I have to look that up. Keith, I started a 1975 National League replay that I'll do if it draws interest. It will take a few years to finish. You're playing every game? Wow. Legend Sports Universe. Rick Martel was a great worker. King Tuan. Game 7 was nuts. Yes, it was. All right. So anyway, we talked a little wrestling. I enjoyed that. And if you like wrestling and AEW, I don't know, what are your thoughts about what I said? I kind of like, I mean, and then I'll stop talking wrestling. I think what I said would work. I really do. I think sometimes, like the whole Swerve thing, I think they're overplaying him way too much. Keith Lee, I like. They're not using him right. The Acclaim, the crowd loves him, so they're okay. FTR is probably on their way out. They want some time off. Who knows if CM Punk's going to come back. He's still under contract. Was Josie Wales, I think he means Wales. Was Josie Wales a bad guy? Well, in some eyes he was. I didn't think he was a bad guy. He was the likable bad guy. When he comes across those people to help them, they think he's a bad, like he's from a different part. He fought for the South. You think he's a bad guy, right? He's not. My point is, people like to root for the likable bad guy, whether you think they're a bad guy or not. Most people like to root for the likable bad guy. Wrestling is about getting the crowd to pop. This is where Jim Cornette makes me laugh, and I love Jim Cornette. I listen to his stuff. Don't agree with his politics, but that's his own, and that's cool. Or his beliefs on religion. That's cool, too. I don't agree with him. It's America. We can disagree. If the crowd pops with what you're doing, the crowd pops. That's the point. Wrestling is never going to go back, unfortunately, to what it was. I enjoyed what it was. But what you can do is take what it is, bring in a little bit of what it was, and I think that's what he's talking about. Again, not putting words into his mouth. Doesn't need me to put words in his mouth. He spews words constantly. But when he, I mean, should you put a title on Danhausen? Yes. I'm not saying the heavyweight title, but the TBS or the TNT, whatever the TV title is, I forgot what the hell it is. Put a minor title on Danhausen for a couple of weeks. Let him wrestle. He actually can wrestle. I went back, I found old matches. Again, his leg got injured in an indie match. I don't know how, I would assume it's healed. I saw him wrestle. We went to Mohegan Sun. We wrestled on the dark matches. He wrestles perfectly fine. And he's over with the fans. He knows he's a great marketer. And you can have fun. It doesn't always have to be, people like, these wrestlers. Listen to the stories from the wrestlers in the old days. Yeah, they're fun to listen to. Most of them are pretty much jerks. Drug addicts cheating on their wives, crapping in other people's bags. Oh, boy, that's fun. Wow, that's hilarious. Pissing in people's coffee. Yay, you're a fine human being. Nailing 4,000 women. Wow. Wonderful, Ric Flair. Wonderful. And I like Ric Flair as a wrestler. Piece of poo as a human being. I mean, we all have faults, but, Same thing. I was watching. They're talking about the plane ride with Mad Dog Vachon. Okay, it's a fun story. He could have killed everyone. That's really funny. I mean, I enjoyed listening to the story. Greg Gagne. Okay, you think? I mean, again. So these guys now collect toys, and it seems to bother the old guys. Why? Because they're not snorting coke up their nose? Because maybe they're toy collectors or comic collectors. They still do really cool things in the ring. And K-Fab is over, my friends. Get over it. It's a show with some sports background. Anyhow. Rob exclamation point. I'm talking about everything, my friend. Everything. Appa Bryant, check out his wonderful channel. Last time I watched WWE, 30 minutes went by and there was no wrestling, just interviews and nonsense, so I gave up. Yeah, that's another thing. AEW catches crap because, well, sometimes they just wrestle. Well, I like that. I like to watch wrestling. Oh, there's no storyline. Okay, you're wrong. Not always, but you're wrong, because if you like it, they have the dark matches. Sometimes they build up storyline there. Sometimes they just put two people in to wrestle, and that's fun sometimes. You just enjoy it for the wrestling. That's all. That's all. Bernard Strom, idea for a project. Play the seasons Ted Williams missed from World War II and Korea and see how many home runs he would have ended in his career. I'd have to do that with Out of the Ballpark. I think you'd have to do it with that. You'd have to start in 41. Or no, start in 39, his rookie year, and just play it through with no interruptions. People have done that. People have done stuff like that. That's a cool project, Bernard. McMahon needs to sell. He's going to make it again. So what I've read about WWE is, they've lost money on their TV contracts. How are they worth $1 billion, $6 billion? You've lost money on your TV contract. The wrestling, Roman Reigns is awesome. The Usos are good. I like them. Other than that, yeah, they have good wrestlers. It's too clean. I don't know how to put it. It's still cartoonish, their wrestling, and I hate that. And again, if you like that, that's cool. I just don't like it. AEW is better than WWE. I watch AEW. I'll agree with you there. And again, if you like WWE, that's cool. Again, what I watch for WWE, if I click, I'm going to be honest, I watched Logan Paul because it's on Peacock. I watched it live when it happened. Logan Paul and Roman Reigns was a fantastic match. Got kind of goofy at the end, but it all made sense. Roman Reigns is very smart. I'm sure he has some creative control. People keep going, oh, it got slightly better with Triple H. I watched a little bit. It's the same crap. And people probably who like WWE say AEW is crap. It's just, if that's what you like, if you don't like wrestling, obviously don't watch wrestling. I like to watch AEW, try to figure out what's going on. I watched a little NWA on YouTube. Again, it doesn't make sense. You have a champion running away from people. I don't get it. You're supposed to act like a champion. You can be a bad guy and act like a champion. Nick Aldis, I wish he would go to someplace I could actually watch him wrestle. I wish he would go AEW. I don't think he's going to. Probably wouldn't use him right. Nick Aldis, go watch some matches. He acted like a champion. He looked like a champion. You're talking about believability. Nick Aldis looked like a champion. Matt Cardona has the muscles, has this very, very funny guy. I've watched him on YouTube. Very funny guy, very intelligent, seems very nice. But you can't have your champion running away from people. It makes no sense. He could do a dirty tactic. I'll go back. If you're going to have MJF run away from everyone who confronts him, it's the same shtick over and over again. It gets boring. Nurse Teresa and I were watching. Oh, when's he going to run away? You know it's going to happen. Do something different. Kick him in the nuts. Hit him with brass knuckles. Do something. King Twan. Football got me today. I don't watch GCW, so I can't comment on that. So Rob Explanation Point, check out his channel. He does some fun chats with the community and things, so check him out, subscribe. GCW Wrestling in Atlantic City at the Old Showboat Casino. Is is Boston rebuilding this year? I don't know what the Red Sox are doing. That lineup looks horrific. My uncle was over. I took a look at it together with him, and they have 3 bench players. Again, why do you need 4,000 crappy pitchers? I know why, because pitchers can't pitch. Do you actually think those crappy pitchers are going to help you? Maybe a guy who could pinch hit or something, or lay a bunt down. But again, it's like glorified wiffle ball. I love SD Special Delivery Jones. Go back and watch some of those old matches. And again, I was a WWF person because that's what we saw. The matches made sense. SD Jones versus Tim McGraw. Opening or second match from MSG on a 3-hour card. Every match made sense. And that's what AEW, just go back. You don't have to do everything old school because that's not coming back, but make things make sense. Will you stop with put the guy on the turnbuckle, help him up? If you can't do it quickly and safely, do not do it. That's the one thing with the Young Bucks. And also, you got to, the whole thing with slapping your chest when you throw the kick, I know it gives the sound effect, but stop doing that. I get it. You're trying to get the sound effect. Maybe there's a different way. Just put the kick on the guy. And I like the Young Bucks. I like Kenny Omega. But if you have to help someone up to do the high-flying maneuver, don't do it. If you have the guy hurt on the outside of the ring, why would you always go out after them? Also, can we stop with the 4005 fake pins after devastating moves? There I am in absolute agreement with Jim Cornette. Makes no sense. You just put your devastating move on a guy and he kicks out. Just have him block the devastating move where you don't get the devastating move. I don't get it, but I still enjoy AEW every week. Cutter Historical, check out that wonderful channel. Hopefully I can use this video to promote a few things if okay by, of course, put it up. We'll shout it out. Special Delivery Jones from Philadelphia, PA. Finishing move, the headbutt. Yes, the new NWA champion is Tyrus, but before that was Matt Cardona. And again, the whole runaway, cowering. If you're going to do a bad guy champion, you can still do the begging. And that's the one thing I never liked about Superstar Billy Graham when he did the whole begging thing. But they all do that sort of. But the MJF stuff, you got to stop with him running away. Am I excited about him wrestling Danielson? No, because I know exactly how the match is going to go in my mind. It doesn't excite me one bit. If you had him wrestling Darby Allin, maybe probably they're like, oh, it doesn't sell pay-per-view. You actually think Danielson, MJF is going to sell pay-per-view? Maybe if it's an hour-long match, that's the only intrigue. Can they do a good hour-long match? CM Punk, MJF, dog collar match. It was a great match. It was a great match. It was 15 minutes too long. A minimum of 10 minutes too long. And that was a wonderful pay-per-view. That match, the best part of that match, they had some good moments. When Wardlow comes out, I don't know where the ring is. He leaves it for CM Punk, who knocks out MJF and then wins that match. That was cool. That was good. Everyone's like, oh, that dog collar match. You'll see it on Facebook. Oh, what a great match. No, it was an okay match. 10 to 15 minutes too long. You don't need to overdo something to make it great. So an hour-long match between MJF and Bryan Danielson will become rinse and repeat and redundant. Now, Ric Flair did a lot of rinse and repeat matches, but he was so good, they were always entertaining. So, but I'm going to tell you right now, why not have, not for the pay-per-view, but you could have had that. You had that natural, I said it before, natural heat between Ethan Page, MJF. You could have put that on TV. You miss opportunities. I like when MJF says, I'm not going to wrestle unless it's a pay-per-view. Okay, I get that. But then don't run away constantly either. It's his shtick is, he's great on the mic. He's great on the mic. He says a lot of things you're like, holy cow, wow. They have a lot of guys who are good on the mic. And I think they let them write their stuff or at least contribute to what they're going to say. Because I can't picture a writer saying that. Yeah, say this. It's pretty offensive. I don't think they're doing it. But you can't. I don't know. Danielson's a nice wrestler. I remember watching him wrestle Roman Reigns in WWE. That was a phenomenal match. But again, you know exactly what he's going to do. It's the same stuff over and over again, which no knock on it. The Blackpool Combat Club, it's kind of done with, right? They're kind of, I don't know what they're doing with that. Claudio's a good wrestler. Let him put him in a big match. Let him win. Also, let's have a count out now and then. Let's have a disqualification now and then. Let's tell your referees to stop overacting now and then. And again, I like AEW. Tim McGraw, who Rowdy Piper almost killed. The people's elbow, yes. Ric Flair was a heel that went to every territory and wrestled the top face. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. And he would win. Sometimes I would think, again, not knowing all the history, but yes. But again, that's a different time of wrestling. But I agree. You can't. You just know there's no countouts. The one thing that every once in a while they threw you a nice curveball. When Action Andretti, they gave the script that he beat Chris Jericho. That was like, wow. I didn't even know who this guy was. Then I looked it up. He's I guess a well-known indie wrestler from MLW. And I think that's out of Atlantic City or in that area. I'm not sure. Cutter Historical. Sorry, but I'm a WWE guy still, but more for the top 10s put out by many wrestling's YouTube pages. Yeah. That's fine who you like. That's fine. I don't care who. I'm just saying I like to see some logic in wrestling. Just a little bit in the storytelling. Watch what you like, play what you like. I just enjoy AEW. So we're going to go about 6-7 more minutes. It's been a hell of a chat. Just want to come out. We're going to try to have Legend Sports Universe in the very near future. I'm trying for this week, but it's going to be a busy week. Yes. MLW and GCW are the same. It's pretty good wrestling. After that, I watched some videos on YouTube. So, okay, I've seen that then. So in the final minutes, let's go back to, did you enjoy the football playoffs? I thought a lot of the games were boring. I thought the 2 Jacksonville games were good. Again, Saturday's game, Jacksonville, the guy catches the ball, gets inside the 5, struggling fumbles. Had he not fumbled, again, as my dad used to say, God rest his soul, had the dog not taken a crap in the woods, he might have caught the rabbit, but he did. But hypothetically, if they didn't fumble inside the 5, they most likely at least kick a field goal. So at the end of the game, it's a lot more interesting. It was still interesting at the end. The 2 Jacksonville playoff games were very fun to watch, especially the comeback. The Cowboys 49ers game, close. Was it fun to watch? It was okay. I actually did enjoy. I did enjoy the Cincinnati game. It was in the snow. It was in Buffalo, and I was pulling for Cincinnati, so they won. I was happy about that. Kansas City, Cincinnati looks like fun. 49ers traveling to Philly could be an interesting game. So, I think Super Bowl wise, I think the networks would like the 49ers, and I think the networks would like Kansas City. Though I think they would take Cincinnati. But I think out of the NFC, I think they want the 49ers. The networks, I mean, like whoever's doing the Super Bowl, I think it's more bang for your buck. But people watch the Super Bowl anyway. Also, can we start the Super Bowl at 5 o'clock instead of 6? Is it that big of a effing deal? Can we cut the stupid halftime show, which sucks usually? And it was like, oh, people watch for the halftime show. I don't care. You want to have the halftime show? Can we still make it only 20 minutes maybe or something? And if they do make it 20 minutes, my God, it feels like 4 hours. And if we're going to start the Super Bowl at 6, 6:15, 6:20, can you move it to an effing Saturday? Does it really matter if it's Super Bowl Saturday now? You get more people to watch, more parties, more everything. Come on, NFL. You've already screwed up football. Way too many teams make the playoffs. Oh, my God. Dave Gardner, I haven't watched a halftime in 15 years. I did watch a couple of years. I forgot who it was. That was enjoyable. Again, I marching band. I don't even care. I could do without it. Oh, but people watch for that. I watch for the commercials. And now because of the PC crap, they've toned those down. Those used to be funny. God forbid you do a funny commercial. Cutter Surco, 2 months ago for the new Out of the Ballpark. Yes, looking forward to that. I like to see what they're going to do with that. I wish they would make it easier to do draft leagues. Like a fantasy draft. It's kind of difficult now. It's a little like, how can I put it? It doesn't work the way I thought it would work. It's more difficult. Prince, I did watch that one, JT. JT 2.0. Prince is the only one I've watched in the modern era. Yes, the commercials suck because everyone went, oh, it's offensive. It's a commercial. It's a commercial. People, stop getting so offended. The GoDaddy commercials were, oh my God, it's a good-looking woman with cleavage. Wow. Does it upset you? Or, oh my God, that's a guy and his shirt's off. Does that upset you? Or they're talking about a married couple having sex, and it's funny because he slides off the bed and he fell in the bushes and he's naked. Oh my God, our children. Couldn't you just explain to your child if they asked, or just say it's funny, it's a joke, or if they asked? Most kids won't even ask. There's more crap on the internet. It's a joke. The commercials suck now. The only commercials I watch are the Emu, Lemu, and Doug, and the replay commercials they have a homosexual couple. At least that's what it seems to me. It's very funny. Talking about, we don't have a cat. Did you leave the slider? And they throw the red flag and they go back and they look at the replay. It's funny. Then they have a heterosexual married couple. Did you remember to bring the life jackets? I thought you were bringing the life jackets. No, you said you're going to bring the life. Yeah, that was funny. They throw the red flag. So those are cute. Those are funny. Dwayne Martz, I agree. Football, basketball. I think he means possibly baseball for one of those basketballs. Yeah, too many playoff teams. Too many. It's not special anymore. Ron Juckett had a wonderful video. I highly suggest checking it out. He brought up when basketball, first round of basketball playoffs were best out of 3. And then everything's best out of 7. You really have to go best out of 7. And again, they think they're making, I guess they're making money. They're chasing a demographic they'll never get. You know, they want that 18 to 30. Guess what? They don't watch sports, most of them. They're on their phone checking out their fantasy league. You need to get me and the people in this chat interested in sports again. We still like sports. We still watch sports. I'll speak for me. I don't watch as much as I used to. I follow it. A UFC at halftime. I don't want to see anything at halftime. I want to see football. It's bad enough they make you wait a week. And they talk about it ad nauseum. I don't know. They're like, oh, football is the most popular sport. I'm going to tell you why it's the most popular sport. And this isn't a very popular opinion, but it's true. Football is the most popular sport. I'm talking about NFL football, not the world's version of football, which we call soccer. Because why, people? Why is football the most popular sport? And don't say because it has the most action, because it really doesn't. Why is football the most popular sport? Let's see if we can. I know someone's going to know this. Just think of the ads that come up during a football game that the NFL was so afraid of that players would get suspended for in the old days if you did what they're promoting now. So I will give the chat a moment as we're coming to a conclusion. Why is football, college football, NFL football, why is football, quote unquote, the most popular sport? I'll do the Jeopardy thing. Do, 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 do. King Tuan is close. He says money. He's close. Expound on money, King Tuan. Bingo! Legend Sports Universe, home run, gambling is the reason why football is the most popular sport, because it is the most gambled on sport in this country, most likely. Probably horse racing is next. But it's football. It's on TV. There's hitting. There's this. There's personalities. It's the gambling. Every football game now has a what's that called? Gamble on your app. The comedian does it all. He's the spokesperson. I can't think of the gambling app, but it makes me laugh. These people were so afraid of gambling, didn't want to say gambling, made them take away the point spreads. They don't talk about point spreads. I don't watch pregame shows. I don't think they stopped talking about point spreads. Gambling is the reason why NFL football is the most popular sport in people's eyes, because they're gambling on it. People gamble on basketball, baseball, hockey, so on, but not like football. Everyone has an office pool. Hell, we have an office pool. It's fun. I'm not knocking gambling. Don't, if you're going to gamble, please don't take money out of your children's bank account. Don't take food out of their mouths. Pay your bills. And if you have some excess money and you want to gamble as best you can wisely. Just remember, the more you gamble, the better chances of you losing. If you're going to gamble on a game, be very careful. And say to yourself, if I lose this money, it's still A-okay. That being said, don't strive to lose when gambling. So that's my public service announcement. But that's why it's the most popular sport. DraftKings, that's the site. DraftKings, it just popped in my head. It's gambling. Fantasy football. What is fantasy football? You're gambling on players. Now you can actually gamble. So, and I like football. I don't like it as much as I used to, but I enjoy it. I watch it. I don't watch any sport as much as I used to. Boxing's the one sport, you give me some good fights, I'll sit there and I'll watch. And by good fights, I just mean even matchups. They don't have to be big names. Give me some even matchups. I used to love Tuesday night fights on USA and then Friday night fights on ESPN. They were fun to me. That's part of it. It's gambling, though. It's gambling, DJ. John D at FW, I'm sorry. JT 2.0. They now have betting segments instead of fantasy football on Sunday Night Football. They brought it back. Okay, I didn't know that. And again, I'm not condoning or endorsing gambling. I'm just saying that's why. It just makes me laugh because even baseball, Pete Rose is banned from baseball for gambling. Yet, I'm pretty sure if you watch a game, an MLB game, I guarantee you they've advertised those gambling sites on an MLB game. Pete Rose, he should be in the Hall of Fame. Banned from baseball operations due to gambling. Why can't you do that? You got to wait for the guy to pass away to put him in the Hall of Fame. Again, he's not the most wonderful human being, but there's a lot of not wonderful human beings in Hall of Fame. So, I like Pete Rose. I like O.J. Simpson. Like him as a football player. So, well, thank you very much. Hope everyone, let's go here real quick. We're going to call it a stream. Betting became fine once the NFL could get a cut. Bingo. Bingo. Yes, you are correct. Legend Sports Universe gets it. And I'm sure everyone else does. And I'm not knocking gambling. I like to gamble. I'll leave it at that. But I pay my bills. There's food on the table. And so on and so forth. You have to be very careful with gambling. But yes, bingo. When someone gets their cut, it's okay. Which is cool. That's fine. But there were such hypocrites for many years. Such hypocrites. Players bigger, faster, stronger. Players better? I don't know. Maybe I'm like the old, the old guy. We always say, are we the old guy complaining? No, I just want to see football. Put the flags in your pocket. If someone commits a personal foul, kick him the hell out of the game if it's egregious. And that will stop that nonsense. Stop calling these ticky-tack roughing the passer, because I've seen times guys get creamed, they don't throw a flag. I've seen other times it looks to me like a normal tackle. They throw a flag. And you can call it the Tom Brady crybaby rule. I'm in agreement. Even when he was with the Patriots, I used to get, Tom, you got hit. Stop crying. You got hit. It's a tackle. Shut up. Good riddance. Thank you for the Super Bowls. You can believe me or not. I was happy when he left. I was sick of his shtick. Okay? I'm sick of it. Go out and play football. I don't want to hear about your TB12. I don't want to hear about your workout. I don't want to hear that you eat guava, whatever the hell, ice cream. Shut up. Go play football. Don't want to hear about your views. You have every right to say them. That goes with any athlete. Don't care. Play football. Play your sport. When you're on your own time, do whatever the hell you want. Don't want to know it. National anthem plays, stand up. That's what you're supposed to do. You want to question whatever afterwards when you're off the football field or off the baseball field or off the soccer field or off anything? All means, do it. You are working for somebody. If we pulled crap like that in our jobs and they were like, well, we're not playing. I get that. I get they play by different rules. I'm not an idiot. I'm just saying, I guess my point is keep mostly certain things out of sports, because sports was something you could sit and enjoy, watch. Gee, I wonder why some of these networks ratings went down. I didn't turn on this football show to listen to you tell me how I should think. They don't do it. They learn pretty quick. It took them, you only had to kick them in the nuts 4,000 times and they finally clicked in their head. Oh, we just offended or pissed off half of our viewership. No one who watches a football game, regardless of whatever their beliefs are, should be pissed off. They should be able to sit and enjoy the football game or the baseball game or the basketball game or whatever, or the movie, right? Now, movies are different. It's entertainment. Anyway, thank you very much. And Bernard Strom, thank you. It was enjoyable. We talk about all kinds of things. People telling us about projects, so on and so forth. Try to have another chat coming up this coming week. Again, busy week for me. I'm going to try to get Legends of Sports Universe on because he has a lot of interesting things he does. We were trying to get Jason on And Jason has actually changed his YouTube channel. I believe it just says Jason. And I love the way Jason analyzes things, but it just didn't, it fell out. We had a date. We were going to do it on Thursday. Then something came up with him. I said, that's cool. That happens. You can't help that. But we'll hopefully try to get him back on. And I really would, really looking forward to getting Legend Sports Universe on. He's very knowledgeable about sports, and if we're able to get him on, hopefully we can, I'll let him tell you about that. So thank you very much. Take care, everyone. If you enjoyed the stream, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for notification. It's very important. Important to my channel that it grows. It's important to the community that my channel grows. By that, I mean, because then everyone's channels grow. Check out all the other channels. Subscribe to them. If you enjoy a video, make sure you hit that like button, whether for myself or somebody else. It is important. That is how the whatever the hell those things are called, that's how YouTube works. We're never going to be 1 million subscribers. I don't know. I don't think so for any of our channels. I hope someone does hit it. It'd be awesome. Or 100,000 or 10,000 or 25,000 or 5,000, so on and so forth. But it's important, if you're enjoying whoever you're watching on YouTube, to hit that like. And if you just go and you haven't subscribed to those channels, you should. If you like my channel and you've not subscribed, please do so. Hit the bell for notification. You can come here and you can interact. It's where everybody knows your name, we'll say. I ripped that off from Cheers. But you come here, it's fun, it's comfortable, it's safe. Have fun, joke. Talk about your projects, the games you like to play, and some sports, some movies, some topics. And it's okay not to agree with me. Just be respectful. And then I'll ban you. No, I'm kidding. So, anyway, thank you very much. Health and happiness. Stay safe. Take care. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Greatly appreciate your time. Check out all the other wonderful content creators in our community, the FOC, friends of the channel, friends of the community. We'll see you very soon. Enjoy the rest of your week. God bless, bye-bye, and peace. Love you all.